Thanks again for participating in our study. I'll now guide you through our game board and the rules. As you can see, here is our game board. At the beginning of each game, you'll receive a little icon to represent yourself, and everyone will start at the goal space. Each of you will receive 1,000 data points to start with. To decide the order of play, each of you will roll the dice. The player with the highest number goes first. The player with the second highest number will go next, and so on. There are two types of space on this game board. One is the digital service space, which includes the social, health and fitness, and productivity land. When you land on these spaces, you will perform different tasks depending on whether the land has been claimed. If the land has not been claimed, as you can see on this diagram, if the land has not been claimed, you can claim the land and pay a corresponding fee. Once you claim the land, you will roll the dice to draw a hypothesis from our hypothesis bank. Once you receive the hypothesis, you will then have 2 minutes to design a data science experiment with our provided tools, which will be explained in a minute. Each of the designs will start with a 15-point trust scores. And once you own the land, you'll collect a subscription fee whenever other players land on that type of digital service. Well, but if you land on one of the already claimed digital service spaces, you have to pay a certain fee to whoever owns the land. After that, you can critique the design attached to the land to deduct the trust score of that design and get some rewards from the landowner. Again, we'll explain how critique works in the later section. Once the trust score of a design reaches 0 or falls below, the landowner loses ownership to that space. It is then available for anyone to claim. To prevent losing ownership to your land, you can pay a certain amount of data points to buy your critiques and revise your design within 1 minute only when you reach your service type again. You'll regain some trust score points by improving your designs. The second type of space on this game board are the special action spaces. Now let's go through them one by one. When you land on insightful inquiry spaces, you are required to spend 1 minute asking for elaborations on specific details of at least one of the existing designs. Specific details of inquiries will be explained in the later part of the video. For data reboot spaces, like this one, you'll have a free revision chance for your existing designs. You can revise your design within 1 minute based on corresponding critiques. If there are no critiques to your design, you are free to revise it however you like. The patent piracy is a place where you can claim another player's space by paying the corresponding claim fee. You will then draw a random question to replace the existing design within 2 minutes. That's it for the game board. We know it's a lot. Do not worry. We'll guide you once we start the game session. Now let's look at experimental designs, critiques, and inquiries in more details.
Hi everyone, in our game there are 4 data actions: data collection, data processing, data sharing, data usage. You are free to choose and order these actions as you want. For example, one experiment might involve all 4 actions, while the other might only use 3 of them. Let's go into a specific example. Here's a hypothesis. Productive apps may help users keep track of tasks, thus promoting work-life balance. A typical productivity app includes features like scheduling and categorizing tasks. It also helps users visualize various tasks into daily to-do lists or monthly calendars. The app developers of a certain productivity app are interested in determining whether requiring users to schedule both leisure and work activities in their daily plans can increase their overall life satisfaction. Based on this, we'll design an experiment to answer developer's question, which is this sentence. In my example, I chose 3 data actions. So we can focus on this line of example over here. For the data collection, I say I will collect users' daily tasks and activities and the task labels. The labels are the categorizations, for example, work, leisure, kitchen, things like that. Then the data processing, I will say I will filter users who have never included leisure activities. And for the data usage, I say before including the mandatory leisure feature, measure their life satisfaction level. And after including the mandatory leisure feature, I will measure that again. This is a very brief sketch to answer the question we just saw. In our game, after receiving a hypothesis, You have 2 minutes to schedule first design. Because of the limited time, your design may lack details or contain errors. That's where critiques and inquiries come in. Critiques evaluate your design based on 3 dimensions. Go back to the first page of the handout. The 3 actions that are here. Based on these dimensions, critiques are ranked into 3 levels: 1, 2, 3, with higher level critiques earning more data points and trust score deductions. You can see the details over here, and there are also examples to help you clarify what kind of critiques are level 1, level 2, or level 3. Inquiries, on the other hand, are questions for clarification. For example, in the green part here, I may ask, how specifically will you include the feature? How exactly will you measure the satisfaction level? Because I think these 2 points are vague. After receiving critiques and inquiries, I will revise my design in the second round. For example, this is my second round design. For the second round, the data collection, I've deleted the critiques which say this causes privacy issue. Companies should not know the exact details of users' daily behaviors. Instead, only collect task classifications or tables or labels. So in my second round, I will delete the user stated tasks and activities. And I also add some details to explain how will I include the feature and how I measure the satisfaction level. So I will say, I'm including the feature as a required notification. If this one is not solved, the app will not allow users to perform further tasks. And I will also measure the live satisfaction level by conducting a survey that asks users' happiness level. As we can see, this is much more detailed than the first round. As you can see, my second round is much more detailed. However, after several more iterations, we'll reach the final design over here. Here are some key differences in the final round. For the data collection, we have clear structure specifying what and when to collect. For example, a baseline survey before and after the feature release, specific user demographics, and task labels over a month. For the data processing, clear actions like cleaning, removing, and categorizing data. For data usage, the design specifies within group experiments, defining control and experimental groups with differences clearly outlined. For example, the control group does not receive leisure activity prompts, while the experimental group does, with specificities on the number of 2 notifications specified. Notice, this is the level of detail we aim for in our game's experimental designs, and we wish players to approach this level of details as the game progresses.